What is the meaning of life?
Do you know that? God, how am I supposed?
50 is the new 30. 50 is the new 30. 50 is the new 30 now. Right?
Hey, buddy, good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you too.
Good to hear your voice.
Good to see your face.
What are we talking about today?
We're gonna go deep today, Joshy Poo.
Deepy. I mean, deep.
Deep because I'm feeling, you and I haven't talked in a while. We haven't spoken in a few weeks.
That's
outside
true.
of our, sending Instagram reels to each other every day, 1,000 times a day. Outside of that, we haven't actually spoken.
I think that's
And,
an accepted form of communication now, where you don't actually talk to each other. You just transmit funny videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a surrogate, really. It's a way of hiding behind the humor, covering up the real pain, and keeping people at a distance, which I know
I
you're
agree.
fond of.
I'm in a weird, I don't know what it is I'm in a weird place lately. I've told you about work and how, work can suck my balls, but it's like, I've just been thinking like differently lately. I don't know if it's my age. I don't know what it is. I've been thinking about like death more. Yeah. Deep shit. Right.
Well, the world's pretty nuts. I mean,
I had something come up the other day where it kind of like broke my brain a little. I was kind of like a little hypothetical, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask Joshy Poo on the cast. If you were going to, if you were going to die, if you knew you were going to die tomorrow, okay? Now, family and kids, wife aside, those are the default. I'd want to be with my family. But if you knew you were going to die tomorrow, where would you want to be?
like today, or where would I want to be when I
No,
died?
Like, okay, you know it's coming. Tomorrow you're going to
So I
die.
have like one last pretend it's a normal day.
No, you know it's coming. You know you're going to die. Where would you want to be? Like, is there a location on this planet that you love? Whether it be just like a scenic, kind of thing that you've visited or you've frequented, or is it a restaurant, or you know what I'm saying? I don't
Do
want
I
to
know
answer
how
for
I'm
you.
going to die?
No, you're just gonna be switched off. But
So it's not like this is where I'll be when the nuclear armaments hit. It's
no,
this
is just you.
I'll just be gone. I'll just die.
Yeah. It's like, okay, where do you want to be?
Do you mean other than with my family? Like what?
Well, your family's with you. Your family's there too, obviously.
Where do I want my family to be when I die?
Like, would you want to be in your living room in your house where you're at now? Or would you want to be in perhaps Hawaii or somewhere you've shared a fond memory in your life?
No, that's a huge pain in the ass, because after I die, people have to deal with that. I'm like, think about getting a body out of state. It's a massive pain in the ass. Not that you've dealt with this. I don't know if you dealt with this. Like, it is a massive pain in the ass. The logistics, it's a nightmare. It's screwed up. I certainly wouldn't want to be in another country. That's a whole other matter. You got to buy a plane ticket to ship a dead body. It's all messed up. This whole world, you maybe haven't thought about, okay? But I have. I think I would just want to be, either at home. I think about like if somebody has to find me dead, right? I might be like, okay, well, I'm going to go outside, just call the cops after noon tomorrow or something. And, they can come pick me up.
So you're worried about,
or the coroner. I don't, yeah, like what, like it's, what's going to happen there's people have to deal with stuff. Like now, is it a situation where we know we're all going to die for some reason? Like we're all going to
it's just ignore that. You die.
I gotta ignore
and then,
all this. I gotta ignore thinking about what happens when somebody dies.
Yeah.
Because I've done the stuff with death, and that was the thing that like people don't prepare you for, is what you then have to do if you're close enough to the person where you're responsible for what comes next. But if you're just like, okay, all I care about is myself, I don't know. I'd have a hard time answering
You ever
that.
play Mario Kart? Like
a little bit, but I hate it. I hate it because I could never do it well. I hate it.
Okay, do you remember when like you're on like, I don't know, a track and like Rainbow Road, and you would accidentally go off the road and you'd fall like to your death, and then a little like helicopter turtle or whatever would come with a crane. It would pick you up and it would come and it would set you back down on the track, right? Okay, so pretend you are going to die tomorrow, and after you die, wherever it may be in the world, a little turtle helicopter thing is going to come pick up your family or whoever found you, and they're just going to put them right back where they're most comfortable, whether it's
They're
your
just
home.
going to go about their business, just get back
Yeah,
in the
like
car and
you
keep
don't have to worry
scooting
about the
along.
logistics of your body and what they got to do, and then somebody's got to like,
So I
book
gotta be
flights back
aware that
home.
I gotta live my last day on Earth knowing that when I die, my family's not gonna give a rip whatsoever. They're gonna be totally just like moving on, getting in their go-kart and playing a game. Okay, I don't know how to
Just
answer your question. Why? What would
sounds
you
pretty
do?
nice.
You have some idea. What would you do?
No, and this is what I was saying. It broke my brain. I was kind of saying it out loud, and I thought, holy shit! Like I don't know where that is for me. I don't know where that would be.
You don't
I
know
don't.
where you would go? What you'd
I
do on your
don't
last day on
know.
Earth?
Yeah. I mean, it's like I want to have something more profound to say. Like this one time, my wife and I went to the fucking Douro Valley and north of Portugal, and it was beautiful at sunset. You know what I mean? I want to have something
And then I
like where it's like,
died.
yeah, but I don't have that.
But you're
You
not gonna
know?
say anything because you're gonna be dead.
But it's tomorrow, and somebody's giving me like, hey, heads up, it's gonna be tomorrow, and you have an unlimited like, you could just be home. If you
Do you know
love where
there
you're
are
at,
people
you
that
know,
do this because they can like willfully, legally commit suicide, let's say. So I guess they kind of pick, right? But then there's a mechanism for the suicide. So they can't just be like, anywhere. They've got to be probably on a gurney or in a bed or something, right? And before they pump the chemicals in you. But I don't see a need to do some extravagant thing on the last day. I don't know. Maybe I'd do something I'd never done before that's just like crazy that I've been too scared to do, like jump out of a plane. I know you've done that. Or
yeah,
maybe
it's
I'd do
great.
something like, hey, look, if I die in the process, who cares? I'm dying anyway, right? But like, I think I would feel really bad being like, hey, wife and kids, I'm going to go do this thing with my remaining time. It's like, I can't take myself out of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're
Yeah,
still thinking about doing something with your wife, or you're just like,
yeah. I mean, I guess it's sure.
so where
It's
would I
more.
take my family to go? I don't know. See, this is the thing too, is like wherever you die, it's potentially going to like ruin the place for the people in the future. Like if I took them to our favorite vacation spot and then I died there, they're probably not ever going to want to go back. So I wouldn't want to ruin that for them. It's even hard when somebody dies in their own home and then people are like, "Oh, that's the room dad died in." Like
Making this very difficult.
I just hey, you want me to make
Like,
something up?
would it? Do you have a favorite? Would it be like, you know what? I'm in my favorite pub and I'm drinking a big fucking, you know, I got a big whatever you would call it. I don't know if it's a stein or a fucking mug or you know what I mean. I don't know what your favorite thing is that you've ever. You know what I'm saying? There, you're not smoking a cigar. You're somewhere where you got fond memories, or there's something where it's like, yeah, this is where I'd want to die. You don't have that,
No, I want to
but a
live.
beer sounds good. But a beer sounds good now,
A beer
doesn't it?
sounds great. I would like to maybe if it's that trajectory, I would like to go to this German restaurant that's about an hour and a half from my house out in like the country. If it's still the country out there, it probably is. And it was like, they do like the band, it's like Oktoberfest
Mm-hmm.
and it's a big like buffet style German food and the food is good and the beer is good and you know, there's like it's a very convivial, joyful kind of place and I've been genuinely very happy in spaces like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be nice to have some beer, on that last day. I don't want to get like screwed up. I don't want to be like
You want to have your wits about you.
drunk and I don't want it to be something again, I'm thinking of other people around me. Like I don't want them to be worried or uncomfortable that like, oh, dad's trying to check out while he's still here, right? He wants
Mm-hmm.
to uh
You
but
got
yeah,
wasted and pulled
that's a
down your
fun space.
panties, and yeah. So it kind of goes hand in hand with like the last meal. You know what I mean? Like if you're on death row and you get your last meal served to you, like what would you have for your last meal? It's kind of akin to that, sort of, right? Do you have a last meal? No, it hurts the brain. I know.
Why don't you go? Why don't you take a turn
No,
at
so when
this?
I
You
was
think this is
younger,
fun? You
no, but
enjoying
when I was
yourself?
younger,
You just make
eh,
me answer the shit that broke your brain. Like, fuck off. Tell me what your last meal would be. What the fuck?
okay.
How dare
In
you?
all honesty, there's been 2 meals in my life that have made me cry. No joke. Not even joking. I almost tear up just thinking about it. Look,
Did you wait till later to cry or did you cry
look,
like over your plate?
look. Even just thinking about it, there's something fucked up in my brain where
Did you
like
cry as you were consuming the food?
that's what I'm telling you. Yes, I literally teared up. Not like fucking tears, not like
But
I was
while
bawling.
eating, you were so
I had to
moved
put my fork down. I had to
and
like
weep.
back up, not weep, but a little like I got really emotional, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, and it just so happens. So there's my boy. There's my boy. It just so happens that he's right here. That both of them had squid ink, black squid ink in them. Like one was squid ink pasta in Italy, and the other one was actually squid ink. It was like paella in Spain. Both of those, and I love squid ink, but clearly, but both of those had some sort of impact on me in my life. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the environment I was in, or just like somehow memory burn, man. Like I mean, yeah, I love In and Out, like double doubles, and I love a certain steak from my favorite steak place, back home or whatever. Like, and I love my mom's lasagna. It's like my favorite thing, right? And those things, they'll stick with me forever, and I'll never forget. It's probably my mom's lasagna that I'd eaten as my last meal in like death row. But those two meals, yeah, brought a tear to my eye. Not even kidding. Where I
Well,
was
that's
like fucking trying to like, wipe my mouth after the bite. And I was kind of like going in for a little bit of a wipe, just to try to like, so she didn't see, you know what I mean? And then I was like, fuck it. I don't care if she sees me crying. I was like,
yeah.
damn, but, cause I was with my wife.
Yes.
So, now it's your turn.
Oh.
Mm,
I don't know if I could recreate the conditions, and it's not necessarily that it was the food. It was I just felt so good while eating this and after eating this. But this is something that
pussy. No. Okay. Cock. No. Okay. I'm sorry. 3 strikes and I'm out. So I'm going to save my third.
does involve muscles, which is kind of vaginal looking, right? Like labial. Uh, they, they're. I was on a road trip with my dad and one of my sisters, and this was just like 4 years ago now. But we stopped off at this little cafe in Trinidad, California. It's like very north, like on Trinidad Bay. And we went to, I think it's the Trinidad Bay Eatery or something. And I had this, I don't know what it was. It was like a chapino, I think is what they call it. It's like a mixed like seafood stew. And before that, we had oysters, which I don't love oysters, but I always get them in a good place just because I want to, I think I'm gonna, but I never like them like just raw. But when you're there, when in Rome, right? So I did that, and then I had even more with the seafood like stew, and I think my sister had some of it too. But anyway, we were like giggling and laughing, and the people in the restaurant were like dancing in the aisles, just like not to perform, but they were just like happy people. And it had rained, I don't know, just after this meal or just before we went in. I can't remember now. And we went outside to look because there was a rainbow that came out. And it was like this rainbow was landing so close. I felt like I was like 20 feet away. Like I could jump into it if I wanted to. It was, huge, vibrant double rainbow even, and all the way across the sky. And I felt high. I genuinely thought like maybe I didn't realize, but they put THC in the food here or something. It's California, right? And they must just be doing that. And my sister was also like, I don't understand what's going on either, but I feel kind of high too. We were like super high on life, like not out of it high, just like it was euphoric.
Euphoric.
And we even at the end, like I would never do this, but I asked the server that was with us, was like, I just want to ask you, like, do you guys put THC in the food or something? Because like we're like having a thing here. She was like, no, I don't. No, no, no. I was like, who made this? I want to meet the person who made this. They're like, oh, that's our chef, so and so. I was like, well, would you please tell him like this is maybe the best meal I've ever had in my life. So if the chef came out to meet us, and we were like, we want to like, can we take pictures? We took pictures with the guy.
I've done that. I did that. I
Right?
gave the guy a hug. I gave him a hug.
I think I gave him a hug too. I was like,
Like a bro hug. It wasn't, I didn't like clutch full round and an embrace of my chin on his shoulder.
I didn't make out with the guy, but I
it
don't
was more of a
remember
bro
the
hug. Like, yes.
I was
Yes,
like, I think
motherfucker.
it was probably 2 arms. I don't think I gave him just like a tap. And then even it was crazier. After we left, we went down to the bay, and we were looking out, and it was like, now it was all clouded over, right? Like the sun, all the clouds had rolled in, and it was unbelievable, like all gray. And then there was this one like little like opening in the clouds, like mid-horizon, not like right where the sun was.
Mhm.
And the sun was just poking through this window that was right there. And it was like the eye of God. And I was like, what is happening? I really started questioning if I had died and like I didn't know it, right? But this is like what heaven was like. You know, it was like a spiritual kind of experience. I was like, this is all too good to be true. What's happening? Why is everything so great? What is going on? I've never even seen this kind of weather phenomenon on top of I was like, this is a magical place. It was like a Shangri-La. It was magic. So if I could, recreate, I guess, how I felt, this was just joy. Total, nothing but joy. It wasn't happy tears. It was just like
Yeah.
joy. And it felt the nearest thing I can compare it to, which I guess you don't know, is, like THC, right? Like,
But I
that you
had the
never have done,
black
like,
I had
you've
the
never had THC. You've never
squid
been.
ink. I had the squid ink and then it's exact what you're describing is exactly how I felt.
What
Buddy Bleep from Vegas, back in the day, he had like a little Cessna, little plane that we'd fly around in, and he had a place on Catalina Island.
Mm.
And it was an airport there, and you could fly your little private plane in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a rich asshole at the time, and we could talk about that later. But we flew into Catalina Island on his little plane, just me and him. It was a nice romantic little flight, from
That's
Redlands in
great.
Southern California. Yeah, I mean, there was no touching or anything, and he had his hand on his stick, the whole time. So we landed in Catalina. We drove down
Where
his
was
little
your
thing.
hand?
I was fidgeting with the radio most of the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Twisting
but
the knobs.
we had Oysters Rockefeller at this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because I'm not really a big fan of oysters, and at the time
I
he's
like
like, no, you got to
Rockefeller,
try
though.
it. Trust me. And he's like, you trust me, you're gonna love it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, anytime you're gonna bake something with cheese and fucking garlic and whatever, I mean, you can put that on
Hard
a
to go
shoe,
wrong.
and I'm gonna eat it. Yeah, but it was holy shit. It was like the greatest. I mean, that was maybe third on my list of oh my god. And we kept ordering them, and then after so many rounds, it was like $300, and we were like, oh shit. It was man, it was worth it. Like, and this was like 20 years ago, like 20. I don't even know how long ago. 25 years ago. Oysters Rockefeller. Yeah, that's that. I can get down with that. So then this brings me then, Josh, to like what is the meaning of life?
Do you know that? God, how am I supposed to?
Oh wait.
I'm going to just tell you something. Even as a child, I struggled with this question, but probably not the way you think. I was like, this is a thing people say. It's like an aphorism, right? But what a weird way to construct the question. What is the meaning of life? Like, I don't even understand the question. Do you know what I mean? When you take out that it stands for something that we're like, okay, what is it? What's the purpose of life, right? Is
For
more
you.
like,
For you
or like,
personally.
yeah,
Not
it's like
like as a
purpose, but what's the
species.
meaning? What do you mean? What's the meaning of life? Life? What do you
What's
want?
the
The
point?
definition?
Like, what's the point? Like,
What's the
is
point
it
of life? Why
okay.
don't they say that? Why do they say like, what's the meaning? Or not like, where's the meaning? Like, the question is so whacked out. I don't even understand why that's how we ask others this question. Because just like the words that are strung together there, I don't get it. It's always been bizarre to me.
Okay.
I guess that makes me autistic, but I've always thought it was just weird. But the meaning of, what's the meaning of the question? What is the meaning of life? Let me ask you that. What is the meaning of the question? What is the meaning of life?
Josh, that's like you had me at hello, and then you respond with you had me at you had me. I mean, you can't. What is it? What are we doing? I just you personally, you
Just
as
ask
a
the question
human
with the
being
right words, though. Like, what is the purpose of life?
Of life to you, not as a fucking as Homo sapiens and get all scientific. I mean, for
me
you
personally.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's changed over time.
Okay.
Right. And I honestly, it's like, it's going to sound cliche, but like my family is like, I've gone through this thing just in the last, whatever. It's been a year, actually. I think 3 days ago was my last day at work, at my job, right, that I had.
Oh, the anniversary.
It's the 1-year anniversary since I quit my job. I used to feel like I was missing something. I hadn't done what I was like here to do.
Mm.
Right. And I was like, and then to be honest, even when I got married, even when I had my first child, I wasn't like, oh, my purpose in life is now to be a father. Like that, I developed a new type of like love for somebody, my daughter, like that I hadn't experienced really before. Like it's not the same. And as like other types of love or family love, just in general, like your child is like a different kind of love. And so that was special, but it wasn't then giving me a sense of like fulfillment or of purpose. It didn't transform me into like the day I had my child. I knew my job was to be a great dad, and like you know that before you go into it, your job is to be a great dad, right? Like what are we talking about? It wasn't giving me a sense of fulfillment, but neither was my work. Neither was my job. And I was like, what is that thing? Like, why am I here? I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something bigger than what I'm doing. And it isn't simply parenthood, right? Like, I'm supposed to do something else. I always thought I would go further in life. I thought I would discover something or invent something that changed the world. Like, that's growing up, I had those beliefs, right? I don't know, but even when I quit my job, I wasn't like, okay, now my purpose, I know I'm quitting my job because my purpose is to take care of my kids and be a stay-at-home dad, right? It didn't go like that. And even after having a second child for years, I wasn't like, my purpose is to be a father. I still feel like there was something else, right? I feel a greater sense of purpose now. But like my daughter's 11, my son is 6. It took a long time for me to feel that way. And it wasn't until I guess I took more ownership of the like parenting and kind of domestic stuff at home that I felt like, I guess maybe I got matched with my purpose, because in a lot of ways I'm pretty good at it. I didn't think I would be, but I've gotten fairly good at it. And I feel parenting often doesn't make you feel like you know what you're doing or you're good at stuff, right? And I'm not walking around like, I got this. But I felt more connected or tethered to what feels like a bigger sense of purpose. I think for me, it is right now, it is about like being, you know, being a good husband, a good father, being a good person, like feeling morally right with my decisions and my actions. I feel like what I do reflects like my beliefs, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about my cats. But I just wanted to say, like, people who don't have kids, you know what I mean? It's like you ask those people, "What's the point of life?" And, it's like a whole different answer. It's a whole different thing, right? Or
Of course.
you ask a nun, she's gonna probably say, "Oh, it's helping others," right? Helping those in need, those types of things. Yeah, I don't land there. I don't have kids, and obviously I'm not gonna say the point of life is my cats, but I'm
You're
not in
not?
the well, as much as I want to say that, I'm not.
That's
But
not
I'm
your
not gonna land in that camp of life is about helping others. Fuck that. Even though, I'm a charitable person. We sponsor those, our 2 kids in Africa, and
yeah,
every
but
year we
yeah,
pay
but
for
fuck
them to go to
them.
school and all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean,
but
they're growing up. Hey man, they're getting big. But I mean, we have things. You know what I mean? I'm not. I mean, I'm not one to want to just like always hand out people money on the street and shit. You know what I mean? I'm always kind of like, hey, like, come on, you know.
get a
But
job and be miserable like the rest of us.
I mean, at least pick up a fucking squeegee or something in a spray bottle and fucking try to do my windows or something. You know what I mean? Do something for it.
I've been good with people who have been like tell me a joke. Like they make me laugh.
Okay.
They give me something.
Something.
And I'm like, yeah, that's worth $1.
Yeah. Rather than
That's
just asking. And
$5.
there's not, they're just like, oh, can I have some money? It's like, what?
Mhm.
I'd rather have somebody standing outside of In-N-Out saying, hey man, can you just buy me a burger? When I go inside, I know they're not trying to just take money from me or they're just going to go buy, alcohol with it or whatever. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'll bring you a burger. Right. And then here you go. Here's your burger. And then you watch them eat it and their fucking face lights up and their eyes get all big. And you're like, yeah,
Have
yeah,
you
okay.
done that?
Yep.
Okay,
Couple
so
times.
I've had several times where I've given food and
Yes.
it wasn't received well.
Yeah. I've had that happen.
And it was like, fuck you, man. I don't want your
Hmm.
fucking leftovers. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Like,
Hmm.
or like, I don't want your food. Like, I think my sister had something like that happen once. The guy like threw the fucking sandwich back in her face.
Hmm. Yeah.
And like her poor little you know, altruistic like heart. It was just like it like shattered her. Like it made her see the world differently after that guy. She wanted to help. And then he's like, fuck you, bitch. You eat it.
Yeah. I gave somebody like a half a pizza or something in a pizza box and he opened it up and said, man, this has got mushrooms on it or something like that. And I was like, dude, all right. You know what I mean? So you know how we like to kind of say that I have like OCD kind
Yeah,
of?
we like to say that. We have a party every 6 months where we
Yeah.
put it on a cake.
I'm
Yeah?
And it's like I've always said, like, I don't think so. I don't think I have OCD. Like, I think I just
You just have higher standards.
think about things more.
Uh-huh.
Like, okay, so I got a rental car, and
You're
now
more
I'm
thoughtful than the rest of us.
touching the steering wheel in this rental car and the stick shift, right? That a million other people have had their nasty hands on. You know what I mean? And then I went to the grocery store and I picked up a bunch of shit, put it down, right? I maybe carried something from the garage to here or whatever. I'm not going to just come into the house and pick up my cat, right? Before washing my hands. Cause it's like, I know I got who knows what on my fucking hands. Like, and I'm thinking about it. Like, okay, I'm going to go wash my hands before I pick up my cat. Okay. To me, that's not unreasonable. To me, that's not fucking crazy or, oh my God, whatever. Like, that's
I
just
don't
not.
get it. Yeah, but I also don't get being this the way that you are and then having cats who shit in a fucking box in your house.
Yeah.
And then you have to get up close and personal with all of that. And then they're walking in a field of pee-pee and poo-poo, and then they're jumping on your kitchen counter.
No.
Are you fucking nuts?
So then
how is this
so you've
not
never had
like,
cats.
So
you've
I'm
never
OCD.
had cats.
I had a cat growing up. Yeah.
Then your cat
several years.
was mentally challenged then. My cats aren't
Why?
stepping in poo and pee.
I understand, right? But it's like they're going in a box. Like if you also shat in a box, okay, like let's put it outside of your house. And you shat in a box in your backyard, like a kitty litter thing. Okay.
Hey.
Make it a human-sized kitty litter box, right? With a little lower threshold so you can get in the thing. And then you go squat or whatever you need. And then you shit in that. And then you take your feet and you cover up your business, right?
So far, so
and then
good.
maybe your buddy is doing the same. Then I come out because I live with you, and then I shit in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cover my stuff, and I guess somehow I magically know exactly where the other cat's shit in piss
Landmine.
is, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, and you're piss and shit, right? And then we do that for several rounds, whatever. And then like, unless you're in there after every movement they make, like every time they piss, you're like, ah, Scooby.
Okay, and
Or
what
like,
if that were the case?
You have OCD.
Okay, so we have a litter box that does it after every single use.
Yeah, no, I know, right?
It
It probably sends you a
rotates, it
picture
cleans
looking up
itself,
the
it
cat's
dumps it in the
asshole while it
thing.
shits too, right? Like it's like you got
It-
like, does it have a tag too? So you know like which one of them is using it at the time?
by weight. By weight. So it'll say, Dasha just pooed. Dasha just peed.
We have turned our litter boxes, ladies and gentlemen, into reality television, and it has got to stop.
Okay, but
this has got to stop. I'm all for the robo cleaning thing.
Yes, so it disproves your whole bullshit story.
Why did we have to Bluetooth anything and put fucking cameras on the fucking cats?
So don't put cameras on it. In the human-sized turd box, I go, I squat, I take a dump. A little robot comes over, scoops it, goes and puts it in a fucking hole somewhere a million miles away, or flushes it down a toilet or something. There you go.
You may have just shit in a box, but you are still so full of shit.
But this was not my point.
Listen to me. No, listen.
This was
when you take a lump of poo-poo or pee-pee clump, and it's coated and all this stuff. By the way, cats don't completely bury their shits. Some of the little granules were once upon the poop or the pee-pee fall off and are left behind in the box.
Clumping.
So there's fecal particles, urine crystals in the clean litter. And you then are like, come up here, foo-foo, get on my counter where I make my sandwiches. Like,
okay.
Are you kidding me?
But you take your dogs out for a walk, who walk on God knows what, on sidewalks, and they piss on things and shit on things and walk in all kinds of shit. Bring them right back in the house. They walk all over your floor. They jump in your bed. They jump on your couch. They're all over you with their paws, and they've just walked on every goddamn piece of shit.
In my
saliva,
yard, there's deer shit,
sperm,
there's probably chicken
and everything
shit.
else out there. Right. Same as people who don't take their shoes off when they come in the house.
But
you
I'm not deluded. I
don't
think my house is supposed to be, a sterile environment. And I don't think that, I'm not walking around like, oh, guys, don't worry. My floors are so clean because my dog is so clean. And my dog never touches its own doo-doo because I have fucking robots.
So you don't think your home should be a sterile environment?
No, it's nuts. So you're crazy. You've never had kids. So I'll tell you, like, there was an idea where you think you could possibly achieve that, right? Like I was more OCD in this domain before that, before pets really. But before, and like, it is not, no, there's no such thing.
Okay, so I don't think I have OCD.
What?
Right?
You're just selectively OCD.
But if I could get to my original point, because we went off fucking on a tangent here, went off the rails.
That's what we do.
But I don't think I have an issue. Never thought I had an issue. But then the other day,
This must have been big.
no,
This must
it
have
actually
been
wasn't, but it
bad
made me
for you to be
stop.
like, maybe.
It made me stop and think for a second. After the behavior, I was like, wait, did I just do that? Then I thought maybe I do have a problem. But
Is it something you do like all the time and you just noticed it? Or it was something
we went to lunch. There's this restaurant that we frequent. Okay. So the staff, they see us.
Do you have your own booth?
No, we tend to sit
Your own
at
table?
we tend to sit
When
at
you
our,
come in,
the
is
same table.
Giuseppe
Yeah.
like, oh, Mr. Kilo, do we have your table
Yeah,
ready?
right over
It's
here.
always ready
It's
for
not
you and
Italian,
your
but
lovely
okay.
wife.
But yeah, so we have this restaurant we go to, and then they kind of know us, because we go there a few times a week or whatever. One of the guys, like,
A few times a week?
yeah, one of the guys will actually like walk up to me and give me the, the fucking handshake, bro, half hug and stuff, right? This is the impact I have on people. I can't help it, right? This is the effect.
Mr. Kilo.
Yeah. So that happens. The handshake, the half hug. Okay. Now, I just got out of the car. I was driving. I was touching, the door handle to open the door, all that shit, right? So I'm gonna go wash my hands before I eat. I always do. This is not, to me, it's not OCD. This is not
That's
OCD.
not OCD.
Okay, so I'm gonna wash my hands
You
before
should
I
do
eat.
that.
But as I'm walking to the bathroom to wash my hands, I realized, hey, you know what? I kind of have to pee.
Okay, yeah, I think I know where it's going. Yeah.
As I was walking to the urinal, I thought, wait, I don't want to touch my dick.
Better wash your hands.
I'm going to wash my hands because I kind of gave that guy the high five or the handshake, bro hug thing, and got touched God knows what else.
You don't want like residual other dude particles getting on your dick.
Yeah. So I washed my hands. That put it over the top. There's been times I think in the past I've thought like, I haven't washed my hands in a while and I'm going to go pee. Like I should probably wash my hands because I don't want to touch my dick. My dirty hands and make my dick dirty. I don't want dirty dick. I just don't. And so,
Dick
but
is just
the
so
handshake
clean.
thing put me over the top because, people are wiping their fucking nose. They're doing stuff like, I don't want that on my dick for the rest of the day till I go and shower at night. So I washed my hands. I went pee. I came out. I washed my hands again. Then I went and enjoyed my lovely meal. And then
what do you think though? What do you think would have happened if the bro germs got on your
Johnson
apparently pristine penis, your sterile penis?
Yeah.
That you're sporting. And what would have happened though? It's not like, what do you think would have happened? Like, you're not then going to reach down and rub it and then lick it and get sick from it. You're not going to touch those germs.
My wife
it's not going to crawl up your penis.
What if it was my anniversary and my wife was like, hey, you know what? I got to give you your anniversary present, big boy. You know what I mean?
Don't you like kind of rinse off before that anyway?
No,
like,
we're in the car. She's feeling frisky. I'm doing right by her by making sure that thing is safe. It's a nice place to visit. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Absolutely. Keep telling yourself that.
So I think maybe that could be a problem, right? I also have this thing, Josh. Anytime I see like a fire hose or a fucking like a stream of water that's really streaming out of I always picture my butthole.
What?
In that, I always picture my butthole underneath it, or in. I want a clean butt. I want my butthole to be like so clean you can eat off of it, type of clean. And so anytime I see a stream of water or a fire hose type of pressure, I imagine, oh, that probably would clean me up really, really good. That thing was spraying me down back there. I don't know. Is that weird? Is that a problem? Is that OCD? What is that?
I don't think it's a
I don't think it's
a problem. I don't think it's a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Is it disrupting your life somehow? Is it disrupting anybody else's lives? No.
I want a clean butthole.
It's not a problem. Okay. What was your other question about it?
Like, is that OCD?
Well, I think that's more than OCD.
Really? Like, that's the same as like, I got to turn the lock 3 times this way and that way as I come in the door. And
I don't think that's the same.
I imagine a clean butthole and that would get me pretty clean. You know what I mean? That fire hose.
Think about what would happen if you bent over and took a full bore fire hose.
Okay, well,
that would not be good. That would harm you externally and probably internally.
Okay, maybe not that.
But like anytime you see a thrusty stream, like a powerful stream.
Think about cleaning off my butt. I'm just saying.
Why does your butthole need to be this clean? I'm not understanding. Hold on,
I don't know.
Why though? Why do you need a pristine dick and a pristine butthole?
No, and my balls. My balls too. It's like I just want clean undercarriage.
Do you not sweat?
Yeah, of course.
Of course you do. So what is your so pristine? Like, what do you?
This goes back to the washing, taking a shower before you get in bed, I'm gonna get in bed
No,
with
I
my
know, but you're
fucking
saying your wife
swampy balls.
is every time you get in a car, your wife gives you a blowjob. So like what?
No, maybe that's more
I
of a
mean,
fantasy.
I don't understand.
What if scenarios?
I know, but all of this is bizarre fantasy. This idea that we're walking around like we're all of a sudden everything's going to break into a porno. And you're like, oh, I got to be ready at all times to go. Like, what is that fantasy? Like, that is, I don't know. I guess it keeps you alive, man.
You got to wear clean underwear when you leave the house. It goes back to that, right? Your mom told you.
But then it comes down to like all of these, many of these compulsions or obsessions or fixations of yours are actually just emanations of an obsession with sex.
Yeah, maybe.
And then you elevate that passion for sex to, just think about things.
Yeah,
you're like starting your own religion.
You're right.
Your religion is like a religion where everybody worships sex. Right? And the highest form of whatever is, right? Cleanliness, and therefore you're like sex equals virtuousness somehow in your religion. My religion, I want to enlighten people to like understand there's way more, and what we think is so important over here is like really nothing. Okay. Like, there's a lot of that in Christian, beliefs as well, but I'm not referring to the same thing.
I don't know. Your butthole
I don't
should
mean
be clean.
like,
I want everybody's buttholes will be clean.
Like your thing before, like not, like what's the meaning of life for you, Josh? Not humanity. I'm not asking like
clean butthole.
Like why is having a clean butthole super important to you?
I don't know. I like to wash it up, scrub it up. I like to have it clean. I like to
But you're describing like the act and maybe some pleasure that you're receiving during.
No, it's not a physical pleasure.
But why does it need to be clean? Of course, when you're in the shower, you're going to clean everything. But then why does it need to be clean like at all times?
I don't know. It's kind of like
that's like an impossible standard of happiness. Is this something like, are you afraid to be happy?
No. What?
I think this means something, though. I think this means something. Like, if that's your standard of like joy, you're never going to have a perfectly clean butthole, Like, I mean, like through the whole day.
But
you're
you can say that about anything. Why look in the mirror before you leave to make sure your hair's not messy? Why aren't you going to the airport in your pajamas? You know what I mean? You can say that about anything. And mine, I have a thing about a clean butthole. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some people look in the mirror every chance they get, right?
And I think you think though, you actually think that everybody should have like a perfectly clean butthole.
Yes.
Like all the time.
Amen. I can get behind that.
You think that's like
religion.
viable? You think that's like if that would make you happy, then when would you ever be happy? That is a paradigm in which the thing that makes you happy will never occur. And I think that says something about you.
That's negative. It's a negative. Negative point. That's just negative. You know what I mean? Shoot for the dirt, Josh.
It is just definitely.
Shoot for the dirt.
It's definitely. Okay, well, this was really something.
This was my penis.
No.
My butt.
I mean, yes, we went to that. Of course, invariably we got there, but like that was not the crux of this installment. I think it was deep. It was more meaningful than some of the other stuff we do. And just talking about our feelings, being vulnerable with each other,
Mm-hmm.
being open.
Yeah.
I think that's what, I think you take being open like way too far, but I think, it's okay. Like it's for you, that's sharing. That's how you love that stuff. So you're sharing your heart. I appreciate you for that.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
All right. I guess I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right.
I love you.
All right. Well, see you next time. Love you, buddy.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.